Howdy ArtyAliens and welcome. I'm Paul Yatesman. I draw stuff. That means that for April, I took upon myself the task of a manga challenge, which winds up being more of an anime challenge because most of this isn't just black and white, but enough of the technicalities. I'll get into the sketch tour, and the way I will do that is rather than flipping through a sketchbook because my drawings are scattered all over the place, I'll open up each drawing I did, and quite often you'll actually see the development as well, which will include the original pencil sketch, the line art if I scanned them separately, and then the final coloured picture, and maybe something I may have done in Photoshop at the end. So for day one of the manga challenge, what I did was some eyes, which is what we see here. So let's get rid of the text. So I did this on day one. On day two, actually I should say I did this on day one referencing a book called, if I can find it, The Idiot's Guide to Drawing Manga. The Complete Idiot's Guide to Drawing Manga. Not that I'm a complete idiot, but I decided I needed some guidance. On day two, this is supposed to be Trevor Goodchild from Aeon Flux, Really Quick and Nasty. I'm not too flasho on drawing full-size people at the moment, which is why this is very dodgy. On day three, I came up with this, which is just a couple of things from the Manga Challenge book, which is this here and this here, which that look absolutely nothing like what was in the book. That was actually in the book. That was out of my memory. Sorry, my brain. Very first go at trying to draw Aeon Flux. This is based off a screenshot. This is Mr. Gorn out of the Max, also based off a screenshot, which led into day four, which is where I drew the Max. So from a still of the DVD I have, I drew him in pencil, which led to him in line art, which led to him in Copic markers. I thought the way the markers implied muscle tone was quite snazzy. The next day I drew Aeon Flux, so from another screenshot we have her here, and this is her coloured in with Copics. The graduations in colour wasn't really meant to be because she's rendered fairly flat and the hair is also more of a grey, but there we go. The next day, just a whole bunch of different eyes and faces and stuff using basically a base template. So I had to go at different face shapes, different hairstyles. Vash the Stampede here, a Predator, some made up robot because the heads weren't working too well. Next day I did this, which I call Teenage Cthulhu. The plan here was to draw the snazzy sort of water cloud effects you see when things fly really fast over surfaces in anime. But for the life of me, I couldn't find a reference image, which is why that's very bodgy. The next day, this is a close-up of one of the Aeon Flux characters' eyes. The next day, I did a Predator and a girl, so basically using a template for an anime face, which then I colour that in. And the final image is this one. And then the next day I got into what could be laughingly called fashion croquets. So I drew this where the heads are really, really bodgy, which I fixed up the next day by actually working on drawing heads. So I think these heads work out a hell of a lot better. And for comparison, oh no, better, what the hell, better, better. And coming on from this, I figured that I wasn't very good drawing hands, at least in small sizes, so I spent a day doing this and then again working on heads as well, which is leading into this picture. And then the next day I decided to have a go at my Octo Dude, but in an anime / manga style. So here's the original sketch, here it is the line art, and then I fancified it a bit with Photoshop by doing that. Next day I went back to some heads, and then I decided to have a go drawing a brand new character, which was this dude here. and using some existing drawings I'd done over the years, I added some background and did some colouring, which led to this. The next day, I had to go with doing the Crap-On in a Hat, which is out of the Max, and I don't appear to have the original sketch for that, but I do have the finished work, which is this. The original sketch will be in a sketch pad somewhere. The next day I went, so I'm up to day 16/17, where I investigated the female version of the dude here, which was this. So a regular female and a one with a toothy appearance, which was this after I did the line art. And I flipped them over and added them into a scene very similar to the other dude, which I think is, yeah, that dude. The same background, slightly different. And I also made the two toothy people meet, which is this one. The following day I had a go at doing anime/manga of some of my own aliens, which is these two, which led to further character design studies, which was this, followed by this, which led to the next day to drawing this. Should actually show you the blue pencil first. After I did a line art, we had that. And then I did a couple of different color schemes for him in Photoshop, which is this dude here, which is probably a bit washed out, and this dude here, which the added shading/color I think makes him look better. The next day didn't have much direction, so I just did a whole bunch of stuff here based on previous animals I've drawn. I settled on this little wormy thing which I liked, which on the next day, while in the bath using my waterproof sketch pad, I drew this. So the idea here was I'd either draw one of these, but then I decided to do something fancy and do a cartoon sort of spread, which resulted in this thing here. So basically, hey, nom nom nom, nom nom nom, oh no, what's happened? I'm not looking too happy now, and I'm really deformed now. The next day, I did just a dude, added an existing predator dragon thing into the background. And this is when I decided I had to go at drawing a selfie, which is this here, which went to this, and then to this. The next day I got into doing some Peter Chung style heads, and the next few days are pretty much working on stuff like that, because I'm a fan of his drawings. Day 27, using some more templates, which I developed. I drew these. This is about the only character which is looking exactly like one of the existing characters of his. The rest I pretty much made up on my own based on chopping and changing stuff and playing around with hairstyles and stuff like that. And then we have Killface from and the Cruise, whatever that anime show is called, I can't remember. Frisky Dingo, that's it. Then I decided to do a anime selfie of me in a pinning Peter Chung style, which is this. And then I did that in Photoshop. The next day, I again don't appear to have the line art, at least not in the photo I'm looking at. But it resulted in this thing here, which is a Peter Chung style Rick Sanchez. And then the final day, I think I was a bit plastered because it was a Friday, so my anime manga challenge month fizzled out by just drawing a bunch of eyes and noses and faces and backs. So yeah. If you found this interesting, informative, entertaining, you got inspired to draw in your own sketchbook, either in a manga challenge style or anything else, let me know in the comments or share with me on social media. Subscribe, like and share, and until next time, you have been watching a review of drawing stuff with me, Paul Yateman. Ciao, take care and happy drawing.